Hello, good morning, welcome back to the fish locker out on the boat. We have a very thick foggy morning on us this morning. We've got about 100 metres of visibility. Monstrous great tides, so we're going to go and do some lure fishing. Lure fishing over Reef today for bass and pollack hopefully. There is a lot of bait fish around. In fact, this is all bait fish, the little tiny ones you can see up high. And any of the ones that are underneath are like pollack and bass that keep. Yeah, look, there's one there. Found one. Mackerel.
Mackerel, I think.
Yeah. Because of the size of the tides, there's not much else to do today but do a little bit of lure fishing. You see what it is? Look like a mac. There they are, look. Let's go. Slightly bigger, slightly heavier because we're going to be drifting at a fair old whack, don't we, right now?
Poaching my spot.
Yep. Just poached him.
You gonna fight or not? No.
Just kind of head down with its mouth open. Oh, you've gone for the
For yellow.
yeah, the mustard yellow.
New Scary's Pro. Right, John's poaching all my fish.
Hello. Someone's had out of him. Damn yourself. Seal or something's had out of him. I'll show you in a second. Right. Oh, Chris is in again. Yeah, look, on one side of his tail. And then on the other side there's all these teeth marks. Yeah, don't mind me. There's the lure just right in the corner of his mouth. Again, Scary's Pro. Another nice pollack, well done.
Another one. Same lure. Next drop. That one. It's called yellowback.
Lemon, well, yeah, we haven't quite decided on lemonbacks. Yeah, we went up to like 2.2 knots on that drift. It's good though. What was that? 3 fish at first drift?
Yeah.
We'll go around and do that again. Try that drift again, but we'll try and position the boat so that you're not looking at the sun. I'm using a Conflict Elite and a Slammer 4.5,000, and I've got £25 braid and I think that's a £30 leader. And yeah, the lures that we're using are all just soft plastics. These are the Scary's Pro fish locker lures. You can see how fast we were drifting through this reef by how quickly the crab pot boy is drifting past us. I had the camera angled in completely the wrong place there. Didn't see any of that. Oh, yeah, a little baby one. Oh my word. How small the fish are, I think. Round again. There's a couple of 4 different colours that we're trying out. Chris has immediately gone in with like a lemon back or like a real bright yellow, and I'd started off with one with either like a black back or a black belly to see if I could give a good silhouette just because of the light. I'm trying a white one now. It's just about adapting what you're doing, finding out what's working. I saw that fish take that.
Yeah, I do rate that colour, to be fair. I like the Wagasaki, the old skerries. Done really well
khaki,
on that.
Looks like a khaki colour, isn't it?
Yeah, whereas this one's a little bit brighter, but seems to work.
Well done.
Good. That lemon back again.
Nice fish, that. Anybody else would say it was time to time to swap over to a yellow lure. I think I'm a little bit stubborn. I'm going to stick my white one for a little bit, and if he catches another one, then I'll swap to yellow. One of the issues that you face because of the fog is you can't see where all the fishing gear is, you can't see where all the pots are until you're right on top of them. So yeah, you've got to be really on the ball. Some in them yellows. Like that drag off it, you must have your friend.
Yeah, got on. Quite about 2 pounds.
Go and try a different reef. Just steaming along and saw, well, how many birds are here?
A lot.
Yeah, there must be hundreds of birds. Don't know what he's walloped that. There you go. Fresh run silvers. These have come from the sea. These you can see because they're bright silver and blue. The ones that have come from inside the estuaries are a bit brown. Almost got like a golden tinge to it. Oh. Something's happened.
There's a lure in there somewhere. Yeah, lovely fish. I stuck to the yellow. I'd downsize the lure to the little ones. But yeah, brilliant. Really, really like that colour. Yeah.
Micro Pollack. I can see the fish down there.
Oh. Just dropped out. I think we found the winner today. Really, they seem to like the yellow one.
Yeah.
Trying to get spike this time. Stop. That's the one.
I keep having something snapping at this. Let's go and try and find some bigger fish. Got it eventually, yeah? Followed it.
Definitely no shortage of these today. Little.
You're about 5 strikes before one commits. Tell you what, for a little guy, he was a greedy one, he wanted it. He's right down there. Like a bar of soap with pins in it. Still not convinced that it has to be yellow, but you can't deny that yellow works.
Got this one back then.
I found another big one.
Yep. It's hard when it's like this because I think yellow works. So I'm like, do I try another lure and not catch anything, or?
I'm going to go back. I've caught one or two with yellow now,
Yeah, I'll change it.
so I'm going to go back. I'm going to go to the silver top, I think. Let's go around and run that drift again. 12% battery. See if it's enough to be able to land a fish. Baby pollock. Tell you what, they're all well fed, aren't they? They're all absolutely bursting. Chris has gone back to yellow.
Not yet.
You know,
No.
although there is definitely something in it about the colours. Like I'm fishing through with white. I've not had any bass on white today, I don't think. All the bass have come on yellows. Not yet.
Follow
Oh, it was just in the skinny. Is there any chance you can possibly not landed that, please, mate? You won as well. Cheers, mate. Bring them nuts. Yeah. That is a slightly better one. There we go. There's a low just in the corner of his mouth. Oh, yeah. He's got a deformed dorsal.
Proof that colour works as well. I think it's more psychological than.
Yeah, have you seen his dorsal?
You do.
I'm saying that his day's only going to get worse because I'm keeping this one. Let's put boat around so you can see what I'm doing, so I'm not in silhouette. Yeah, that is not a bad fish, that one. I like that one. There you go. But yeah, he has got a slightly deformed dorsal fin. You plucked another one out? Oh, tell you what, we're coming out though.
I caved and went back to yellow, but can't really see it because he's eating it. There we go. Where's the rest of it?
We've got some attitude days, haven't we?
Where are your targets, mate? Thought it'd be clever and put a little jig on, and I got a mackerel. Yellow one. Oh, look at the cinnamon bush there. Yeah.
And it's not on a yellow. Oh, that's a nice little spiky there. And that one was on. What colour one? Black on the back, silver on the belly. We've had probably 4 or 5 fish over a minimum at the minute. I'm always a little bit reluctant to take a fish in that's just close to the measure that early on in the day. You can take 2 fish per person per day above 42 centimetres. And yeah, taking them at 8 o'clock in the morning when you're planning on fishing until 3 or 4 o'clock, you might end up keeping 2 that are around 45 to 50 and catch 4 or 5 more that are 60. And again on a different colour other than yellow. Oh, hooks. There you go. Let's go around again.
Yeah. On yellow again. There you go.
I've got a camera down there in the water to try and see what we do. Because we're in a really turbulent area and it's slopping about all over the place, unfortunately it's hard to keep the camera steady. If there's been anything worth showing you from this underwater camera, I'll put it in here now. But yeah, I've had enough of that, I'm going fishing. Surface clarity was good, but there was a lot of plankton and a lot of bass. Sitting at about 6 metres below the surface was a huge shoal of schoolie bass. Incredible to see how they move and behave with each other, reacting to the lure. As quickly as the bite switches on, it switches back off again, so we're having to be really mobile. We're just following where the birds are and we can see them working kind of in the distance now. So yeah, a bit moving down there. There we go. Oh, the real milk is a bit bottom here. Not bad. There we go.
Look at what? No, it's dinner.
Yeah. There we go. Just punched out one of these little mimic speed jigs, just for a try. This is a legal size bass. This is the best part, probably 48 centimetres.
Yeah, that's a nice one.
Just for the spun.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've managed to have found a real nice shoal of fish. I mean, every single one that we've had so far out of it has been over legal. Yeah. See if we can't winkle out like a 5 or 6 pounder. A monstrous great mouth on them, aren't they? Hitting it. The plankton in this area was very thick, and the reef was incredibly snaggy. So snaggy, in fact, that I did almost lose the camera. This shows textbook chase and attack. This cheeky ballanras though, how he managed to spit that out, I do not know. The camera on the rig makes the rig incredibly numb, so I actually didn't even feel this. Anyway, back to fishing. Yes. Right, this is one that I'm glad that I waited for. When I was saying to you earlier on, I was saying we're catching quite a lot of legal sized bass, but I'm hoping out for a better one. That is a better one. That, in my opinion, is a perfect size bass to take for the table. Quite a lot of lice on it. Put a measure on this, but I think this one's going to be more like 60. We're getting lots and lots of little fish, little tiny schoolie bass, and I'd kind of thought that the big ones might be sat underneath them, so I'm using a jig to get down past the little ones to try and get to the big ones. And it seems to have worked.
Bang on.
Bang on 60. Bang on 60 centimetres. Perfect. Now I do believe in and I do advocate the humane dispatch bleeding of fish. I'm not going to show it on the videos because I know that some viewers don't like seeing it. But if you want to know how we do it, just Google Ikajimi or Ikajimi. Ikajimi? Ikajimi. Depends what your accent is. Most of our day has been planned around the tide and what the tide's been doing. To fish on different reefs when the tide is at its best. There's an area around here where the tide, if you come down here fishing in the middle of the tide, it would just be going too fast. So we're pretty much bang on low water now. So you've got an area of like smaller tide and then slack tide and then smaller tide again. So we're trying to capitalise on it down here when the tide's right. and as soon as it starts building up and picking up so that we can't fish anymore, we'll move back. So we fished some reefs on the way down and we're going to fish some reef on the way back. Planning your day out to take advantage of what the tide's doing and then just adapting to what we're seeing going on around us. Like, there's no better sign than these birds. Don't know how they know, where the fish are. We're talking about what we want, if they can smell the bait or if they can hear them or what. Most of the birds that you can see around the boat are shearwaters, like the charcoal backs with white bellies is Manx shearwaters and sooty shearwaters, and then the other big noisy buggers are the seagulls, the herring gulls. Ooh, yeah. Just on the edge of the birds. Another one's fallen to the spinner. Because there's just a sheer volume of little ends. As soon as I've been putting a soft plastic down, I'm just getting like tail bats. They're covered in spikes, these fish. All over the top of the dorsal, on the back of here, a big one on the anal fin, and a big one at the side of the gill there. What they do is they come up to stuff and they hit it, they whack it. Oh, nicely. Come up and whack it with the side of here. So I can feel like my lure getting hit and hit and hit, and it's just stacks of these little ends hitting the side of the lure.
Yeah, it definitely helps using the jigs because there's no tide. They're sitting that little bit deeper as well, and it's you're not waiting for the lure to get down.
Nice fish.
Yeah, nice.
We'll come down now past slack water, and the tide's going back in the other direction. So we're going to have to move off this piece of reef in a minute. Bass fight differently than pollock, than mackerel. Pollock's generally like up and down, and it'll try and dive to the sea then. Whereas bass quite often, they'll run high and are like around. So usually you can tell quite early on in the flight whether or not it's going to be a bass or a pollock. Fishing like this can be loads of fun if you get yourself a nice little balanced setup. Doesn't need to be too heavy. Right. £20 braid, it'll be all you need for it. What weight's your rod?
10 to 30. No, 10 to 35.
Mine's 7 to 40. Oh, yours is bigger.
Shot that.
Well, actually,
go on. Here we go.
Who's got
You
bigger
probably
bass?
had a big one today.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, my rod.
This is a 30-gram jig. Yeah, we're not using anything heavier than that to do it.
No. My rod is a Daiwa BG Sea Bass. First time using it, it's really nice.
These fish are constantly moving because the bait's constantly moving. The bait is trying to evade the predators, the birds and the bass that feed on it. Constantly moving. Now we can't see where they're moving, but the birds can. So you just follow where all the birds are going. Like, they won't stay in the same place. They're moving around the reef. So yeah, we've just got to keep your eye on where they're going and follow them. That tide has really started to push now. We are flying through this reef. It is, we're going so fast that all the crab pot enders that are around here are being pulled under the water, so you can't even see them. Yeah, the bass have all moved off, the birds have finished. We're going to start moving back and try and fish some of the other parts of the reef. Moved on to a different piece of reef and again followed the birds.
You've been reincarnated, little Sandra, what a fucking shitload.
I've said that before.
Everything wants to eat
I've
you.
said that before about being a poor cod. You've been bad in a past life and you get reincarnated as a poor cod. Just everything wants to smash you.
Really that one. Worked hard for that one. Next time we get near the birds, they move off.
They're really skittish now. I'm not sure if it's because the sun's really high in the sky or what, but the fish are really skittish. They're trying to approach where the fish are feeding. I mean, when they're properly on it, they don't care. Like, they're busting all around you, there's fish banging against the hull of the boat. Right now, like I say, they're really skittish. Anytime you get within about 200 metres of them, shoal just disperses.
Oh, there it is.
Oh,
Oh wow, that is.
double shot. Got a wrasse. And I got a starfish.
Yellow again. Tell you what. How many fish do you reckon that lures have now?
Is that the same one you've been
Same
using?
one I've used all day.
15 at least.
Absolutely perfect. Barely any damage on it.
We circled round in front of that shoal and we had 2 casts into it and they're already 300 yards away now. Oh, nice one, eh? This is your second keep of bass, isn't it?
Yeah.
Get in. Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, Chris had elected to keep putting his fish back because he was saying, I'll get a better one, I'll get a better one.
Yeah.
We're getting right to the end of the day and he was like, maybe we should have kept one of them fish, shouldn't I? Yeah, it's paid off for him, he's got a nice fish there. You see how fast the tide's now moving, there's a couple of boys, crab pot boys in the water behind us, just blasting past. I've got a bow wave on them.
Yeah, glad to put the other one right. He's trying to exploit them. Yeah, nice one. We'll get a photo of that, that's nice.
It's alright. I managed to pluck a couple out. Take some photos of that, get it dispatched, then go around and have another go. Yeah. I don't know what surface here.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll fall up through the tail yet. When we finish this drift, we're going to head back. We've got quite a bit of filleting to be doing, and we're going to do that when we're inshore. This one actually has a lot of worms in the belly meat. You can see all the dark patches. Christ, I don't think I've ever seen one that bad. That was a fantastic session on the reefs. We must have had best part of 30-40 fish. Yeah, probably a dozen capable sized bass. I kept my two, I filleted them off, scaled them, V-boned them, and these carcasses here, I want to see if I can't turn those into a lobster. I hope you enjoyed joining us. I hope you found it interesting. All the very best. See you later. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out the Fish Locker YouTube channel, where we have hundreds of videos from our adventures just like this one. We upload new videos every Sunday evening, so don't forget to click subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Let's go.